Hillary Clinton tried to put the controversy of her private email server behind her as she prepares for a likely presidential campaign, but questions remain. And this week, Time magazine's cover story is the Clinton way. They write their own rules. Will it work this time? Joining me from Washington is Time magazine Washington correspondent Alex Altman. Alex, thanks for being with us. You talk in this article about the Clintons not changing their playbook even after the loss in 2008. What does that playbook include?
Well, I think that one thing that they wanted to get away from this time was some of the backbiting and the disjointedness among staff that characterized that 2008 loss. They obviously have come out flat-footed again this time. This was, in effect, the first real test for 2016 campaign, and she was flat-footed. It was a situation, an ordeal that could have been nipped in the bud relatively quickly. Instead, they let it fester for 8-9 days. And when she finally came out to face questions, she seemed pretty flummoxed, and she honestly raised more questions than she answered.
Alex, how much backbiting has there been?
Well, I think it's early, but you're starting to see it leak into the press in fairly alarming ways. I mean, there's reports of tension between some of the new, younger operatives that she has brought into the fold from the Obama camp and some of her core of campaign stalwarts that have been with her for some time. There was a report in the Journal this morning about, using staff as go-betweens when she wanted to broach the subject of sharing President Clinton's server at her home. So obviously this vast universe of operatives and strategists that she's brought on board, when things don't go right, they tend to leak. And I think we're seeing early inklings of that happening.
Alex, Time talks about some of the details of how Hillary Clinton and her team decided to delete some of these emails, these 30,000 emails. And it wasn't done by going into each individual email. It was done through keyword searches. Can you explain?
That's right. I mean, we talked to one expert in National Archives, and what he said was that she did not meet best practices from deciding to scrub essentially the 60,000 plus emails that were in that cache from her tenure at State. She basically looked first at all the emails that included a .gov email address. Then she used keywords, words like Benghazi, like Libya, the names of particular staff that she was known to have emailed. So rather than go through and look at them one by one, she essentially chose some shortcuts. And while they may have made sense, that practice essentially raises the chance that an email that was work-related and therefore had to be public record might have slipped through the cracks.